All right, good evening. I'm going to call the July 9th, 2024 agenda meeting to order. After the agenda meeting, we'll have our special town board meeting. I am present, Councilmember Brennan, Councilmember De La Rada, Councilmember McPartland, Councilmember Moskowitz, Town Attorney Finnan. We have department heads present, Eric Amberger, Elizabeth Greenwood, Chief Koshin, Michelle Martinelli, Laura Robertson, Ray Smith, Matt Yetto. Okay. All right. Before moving on, we wish to respectfully acknowledge that Niskayuna is on the traditional lands of the Kanien'kehá:ka and the Mohikanaak peoples, past and present, and we honor with gratitude the land itself and the peoples who have stewarded this land throughout generations. And just want to acknowledge our previous town historian is in the audience, and he authored this land acknowledgement statement. He worked very hard with community members, Indigenous community members as well, to develop this land acknowledgement statement. And it is one that we read to not only honor the Indigenous peoples who lived in this land, but also we are going to continue to revise this land acknowledgement statement. In fact, a member of our community has mentioned previously that, the acknowledgement didn't go far enough. And on a very long hike in the Adirondacks, I was thinking long and hard about your comments. And I realized that it would also be a great opportunity for me to bring important issues to the public, since this is my meeting that I run. So moving forward, in subsequent meetings, I will use this not only as an opportunity to acknowledge the land that we are on and the Indigenous history, but also issues that Indigenous peoples face to this day, like something that is very near and dear to my heart is missing and exploited Indigenous women and how they are at the greatest risk of going missing, and also receive the least amount of public attention. So moving forward, I will be highlighting not only an Indigenous individual who has gone missing, but also I will be highlighting a positive from the Indigenous community. So I want to thank you for bringing that to my attention, and to use this as not only an opportunity to acknowledge, but also to educate. All right, so tonight we have a very full meeting. We're going to start with our agenda meeting, and at the close of the agenda meeting, we'll move right into the town board meeting. At the town board meeting, we will have a ceremonial resolution for two very important groups, for Kevin Walsh, who is retiring from the planning board, and also to acknowledge Pride Month, June as Pride Month. And then we will also be hearing from the logo committee to the Niskayuna logo work group to hear about their work and unveil the proposed logo. So that's our plan for this evening. All right. We will begin with the Public Works Committee. Thank you. Oh, actually, it looks like we're beginning with Finance and Government. Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit different order. Thank you.
Mixed it up a little bit this month.
Okay.
I used to going last. I don't know what to do with going
Yes.
first here. All right. From Finance and General Government Committee, we have a resolution to authorize the supervisor to sign a contract for a PR communications firm for the town. A resolution to certify the current base proportions to be used as class tax share for municipal and school district levies. A resolution to certify the adjusted base proportions to be used as class tax shares for municipal and school district levies, and a resolution regarding certain budgetary modifications. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on to our Public Works Committee.
Okay, the first item is a tentative resolution to approve a fence easement agreement for 1905 Union Street. This is for a sanitary sewer easement, and I believe we're just waiting for some information from the landowner to finalize this. The next one is a tentative resolution to appoint a maintenance worker in the Water and Sewer Maintenance Department. We have multiple openings right now. I think we have 2 currently. We're accepting applications. We're hoping to get some additional applicants in, and if I'm able to have candidates ready for the meeting, I'll forward the names prior to the meeting. Next one is a tentative resolution to hire seasonal workers. Every year we hire or try to hire workers to help at the water plant, sewer plant, and also on our maintenance crew. Well, I think we were able to get one, and I think it's going to be mentioned at the next meeting. But we still are looking for any college-age student that would like to come in and help out, just general labor, mowing lawns, weed whacking, that kind of thing. If I'm able to get some names, I'll forward them along as well prior to the meeting. The next one is a resolution to approve the purchase of for a third axle for one of our dump trucks. We've been attempting to get multiple quotes for the last 6 months, and as of right now, we're only able to get one company to respond. Multiple emails back and forth, and I'm not getting the information that we need. I am happy with the one quote that we have, so I do think that we are consistent with our purchasing policy. We have attempted to get multiple quotes, but that would require a resolution, and that's going to be $16,771. The next one is a tentative resolution to authorize repair of an excavator. Our excavator has one of the main drive motors has gone bad on it. I have one quote, which the dollar amount would require town board resolution. I'm looking into a possible solution that would greatly reduce the cost and may not require a resolution. So once I have that second quote, we'll know whether or not we need to do a resolution for it. The next one is to approve an organic waste hauler agreement. Adirondack Septic wants to bring fats, oil, and greases to our wastewater plant. We're happy to take it for use within our organic program to generate revenue and also methane gas to be used at the plant. It's the same agreement that we've had with the other haulers. It's just a different name. The next one is a tentative resolution to authorize the purchase. Actually, this one is no longer necessary. I've been able to find a water heater that doesn't require approval from the board or finance committee due to the cost. The next one is a tentative resolution to authorize repair or replacement of pumps at our Water District 3 pump station on Balltown Road. We've had 3 separate companies come in to evaluate. We're waiting for information back as far as pricing, look at our options. We have 2 pumps at that pump station. One pump is making noise like it needs to be inspected and repaired. They're both the same age, so we'd like to do the first one and then look at possibly doing the second one. If not, do the second one next year.
As we talked about in the meeting, tell us the age of those pumps, Matt.
1975. Yeah, so they were installed in 1975, and
It's older than me. That's older than me.
We got our money's worth out of them. They were good pumps.
so they're the pumps that feed the high pressure zone in town, the elevated tank. That's what keeps that full. The motors, the electric motors are original as well. So we'd be looking to replace those with high efficiency motors. Efficiencies have really come a long way since 1975. Electricity was a lot cheaper then. So once I have the final quotes, I can provide that information and we can decide how we're going to move forward with it. And then I have the one resolution that was added at finance. It was just for the outside user agreement for 722 Pierce Road for an outside sewer user agreement.
Tentative or?
I think that they're eager to move forward on it, so I think it's going to happen.
Okay.
And that's all I have. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, moving on to Transportation and Community Programs Committee.
Good evening. 13 is a resolution to hire a grounds maintenance worker. Confident we'll have one name for the July meeting to hire that. We've been currently doing interviews and we've had some decent candidates, so I should have at least one name for July. Number 14 is a resolution authorize the purchase of a pickup truck with a plow for the Parks Department. We were able to locate a Lewis County bid to piggyback off of. The vendor that was awarded that bid is willing to sell us the pickup at that price. Elena has reviewed it and is comfortable with that situation. There is one thing that isn't on here that I did have on the agenda was surplus resolution. So I had one item, and I know in our discussions in our meetings, we were going to ask other departments if they had other stuff as well. So I don't know if anybody else has anything, but I know we did talk about it. So any questions? Thank you.
For that. Moving on to Economic Development, Historic Preservation, and Environmental Conservation Committee.
Number 15 is a resolution to launch an electric vehicle campaign in the town of Niskuna for the Clean Energy Communities Program. The Clean Energy Communities Program is run by NYSERDA in New York State, and it rewards communities for taking actions that, encourage clean energy, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, all the kinds of stuff that we're trying to do as a town. We've received several mini grants from them. We've used them to do our compost day. We've used them to do LED lighting at Avon Crest Park. Most recently, we got the one to do electric landscaping for the highway department. So this is an electric vehicle campaign that could lead to another rebate, to further the cause. But it's also a really good time to buy electric vehicles. So the campaign will recognize essentially kind of the clean energy grid in New York State and why it's good for Niskuna residents, if they can, to consider electric vehicles. Hopefully you guys noted the electric vehicle flyer when you came in. We'll do the resolution launching the campaign, but we've also got an event running concurrent to the farmers market on the 20th so that people can come see electric vehicles and talk to their owners if they have concerns about range and that type of thing. And he has not said yes, but my dad has an ultralight that he tows with his Tesla. So I'm going to try to get him to bring that so people can see that they can even tow RVs and go camping and your life goes on and you can have an electric vehicle. So it's going to be fun. I hope everybody comes. Number 16 is a resolution to appoint members to the planning board. David DiArpino is actually here tonight because he's on the regular meeting to take over for Kevin Walsh as chairman, but we are shifting, obviously, our planning board people around. So we need to move our alternate member to a permanent position so that we have 7 full-time members. And that's Suyi Gomez. And number 17 is a resolution to appoint a videographer. We have been very lucky with Jad, and he was able to find me a couple high school students that would be willing to take over. I have a resume for one, and I think we should appoint him as soon as possible so that they can be trained before our videographer goes to college. And I'm confident that we'll have at least one, possibly 2. Any questions?
Okay, and now Police and Public Safety.
Good evening, everyone. Number 18 is a resolution to appoint a police officer. We went through the process with one of our candidates that put in for us for a potential lateral position. I'm pleased to say that Miss Emily Walker is recommended by the folks that sat in on the interview. She went through the process successfully. The only thing we're waiting on right now is, which is more of a formality, civil service has to approve the transfer, but Emily, we're very excited for her to come here. She's from Cohoes PD. She has just over a year of service there. And that would bring us to a total of 5 female police officers for the town of Niskuna, which is pretty awesome feat. So I'm excited about that. Number 19 is a tentative resolution to authorize a towing RFP. It's something that we've had tentative the past couple meetings. The one thing I'd like to say out loud, and I brought it up inside of our committee meetings, is the town board is going to have to think about how we want to do our fee structure. Should we migrate to an RFP, which we need to do for a number of reasons. And there are two different ways we can go about this. The first is to, as we currently do, charge per vehicle for impounds, specifically is what we're talking about. If we take something in as an impound, we charge per vehicle. There's a storage rate that's associated with it, along with an administrative fee and a towing fee. The other option would be, which would be incredibly more efficient and less back-end tracking, would be to do, as we put this out for bid, an actual flat administrative fee to the tow companies. What that would do is it would alleviate any sort of tracking mechanisms that we currently do with regards to the town clerk's office, my office, and others, because the vehicles would literally be handed over to the vendor that we subcontract through. They would then be retrieved at that same vendor, who would then collect the fees that they put into their request for proposal that the town board votes to approve on. Does that make sense to everybody? So it would very much simplify the process on a number of levels for us, where we would still maintain the administrative fee to cover the back end processing that we have to do. Does anybody have any questions about that? I know I try to simplify that very concisely, but if you have further discussion, come see me and we can talk about it. I can explain more in depth to everybody. I've done an analysis with Frank from our comptroller's office of the past 4 years of how many vehicles we've taken in, and Chris O'Brien. So I have some numbers to show people if they want to sit down and talk about it. So any questions up front right now? No? Okay. And then number 20 is a ceremonial resolution to honor Chief Lingenfelter. Chief Lingenfelter was District 1's chief fire department for 18 years. He was 38-year member of the department. Chief Lingenfelter is a pillar of our community and is an incredible human being as well. Very well known for being all things guru on incident command, widely respected chief and person. And I think that, and I know that we would all agree in this room, we owe this to him to honor him and recognize him for his many years of service. So I'm thrilled that it came through my committee, to be honest with you, and that we decided to do this. I did call Chief Lingenfelter, who is a man that does not like public acknowledgement, and he stated that he would very much enjoy this. So I'm excited about it.
Not only will he enjoy it, he will attend.
He will attend. He stated he put it on his calendar already. He said he would attend.
Yes.
So are we good? All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. All right. And there's no other items to discuss. So at this time, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned. We'll take about 5 minutes to set up the technology for our Niskiuna Town logo work group.